Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Young here, and today I'm back in our Fortnite video. In today's video, I want to be talking about the legacy settings that have been removed from this game, and I think that's pretty important because legacy settings have been in the game ever since the game has first came out. And I also want to be talking about, for those of you guys who do play on legacy settings, whether you should be playing on linear settings, exponential, and just what to choose for your next settings to use. And real quick, before we get into the video, I'm going to be giving away V-Bucks every single week. So if you guys want a chance to enter my V-Buck giveaway and win 2,000 free V-Bucks, all you guys have to do to enter that giveaway is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you guys do turn on those post notifications so you guys get notified for every single new video. And lastly, comment down below either your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account, and you guys will be automatically entered into the next giveaway. And also, if you guys like to support me in the item shop, all you guys have to do is go down to the bottom, click on support a creator, type in my code. My creator code is Young Humor, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator. And alright guys, let's get right to the video. So probably the first thing that you noticed when you got on yesterday, well, obviously depends what time you're watching this video, but the removal of the settings when I made this video was yesterday. So if you guys got on yesterday, the first thing that you guys saw was that legacy settings were no longer in the game. You could still copy the same settings from legacy, but honestly that's really bad, because if you copy the settings from legacy, then it's going to give you boost. And if you're playing on linear or exponential, you don't want any boost at all. Some people just use a slight, but honestly I don't use boost whatsoever. So obviously just copying the settings from legacy, it's just a horrible idea. You might as well just get used to the complete new settings that you have. So you have two options now. You have linear settings and also the exponential settings. I personally play on linear, and most of the people in the community also play on linear, but there is a handful of players who do play in exponential, and I feel like if linear just feels really weird to you, and it really did for me when I switched from legacy to linear. If linear feels really weird, honestly I would recommend switching over to exponential settings and then giving exponential settings a try for a couple days, and then maybe switching over to linear if you'd rather to do that. So it's really important, because when you switch from legacy over to linear, it is really weird. So I would honestly recommend switching over to exponential first, giving that a try out. And when it comes to the best settings to use for either linear or exponential, I will have down in the pinned comment below. Just click on those links. I have the full detailed video on exponential settings and also linear settings that I'm currently using, and which you guys should as well. So definitely click on those links if you're looking for the best exponential and linear settings. And also I break down on why I use the settings that I do. But like I said, I probably would recommend switching over to exponential first, and if you like it, maybe just sticking on that. If not, switching over to linear. And the main differences between linear and exponential really just are the input curve. That's why playing on linear compared to legacy is completely different. And I'm sure a lot of you guys, or even in the community who played on linear settings, who try to switch back to legacy, just couldn't do it just because it feels so weird. And it really just has everything to do with how the input on the analog stick is registered on each of these settings. And so yeah, I would recommend giving exponential a try if you're coming over from legacy. But I know from the most part, when I did a lot of polls on my channel, that a lot of you guys were playing on linear for the most part. And for myself, I am still currently playing on linear settings. I might give exponential a try. I've been saying it for a couple of days. I don't know, we'll see. But I really do like how linear feels. It feels super smooth. When it comes to the building and editing, the movement, all that kind of stuff, everything is just top notch on linear settings. So I probably will be staying on linear, but like I said, I might give exponential a try. But if you guys are just coming from legacy settings, I would recommend that you guys check out the exponential video I have down in the description and giving that a try. If you don't like it, then switch over to linear settings. But honestly, it kind of came out a little bit of surprise when they did take out legacy settings. I really wasn't expecting it at all. I don't think anybody else was as well. Well, we kind of had an idea back on March 13th when Epic said that they were going to in fact take out legacy settings, which it kind of raised some questions, at least for myself, that kind of my speculation on why they did this, because they were going to take out the legacy settings on March 13th, but they ended up not doing it. And I feel like a big reason or at least just my speculation on why they didn't remove it, was just from the fact that a lot of casual players who may be still in school, they played every other weekend, or just, played on the weekends, maybe played like 3 days a week. They weren't grinding Fortnite, like I'm playing like 5 hours a day on stream and all that kind of stuff. There's the casual players in the game. They usually don't want to spend the time to get used to completely entirely new settings, which obviously just makes sense for a lot of players because they don't want to have to relearn and just redo all the new settings, because the new settings really do feel entirely different, and it is going to take quite a few days to get used to the feel of each of the settings. And then just getting back to the same skill level that you were at before you change the settings. Because if you change any sort of settings, doesn't matter if it's aim assist, your sensitivity, whatever the case may be, every time you, or even your binds, every time you change your settings, there is going to be a little bit of a muscle memory thing that kind of takes place. Meaning that even though it could be a slight change in your settings, it's going to take some number of days to get fully used to. And obviously you can get used to it in maybe like 2 or 3 days, but you're not going to fully get the entire benefits, at least for a few days to maybe even a week. So that is something to keep in mind when you are changing your settings. It's going to feel a little bit weird, and you're probably going to be missing a lot of shots right away, but just give it some time and it will improve drastically. And like I said, a big reason on why they probably waited to take out the legacy settings, like I said, a lot of new players probably didn't want to switch settings right away, and obviously that was before kind of a lot of the quarantine and a lot of things with the virus, because nowadays, even looking at my views and the people who are subscribing to my channel, it's absolutely crazy because no one's in school. A lot of people are taking online school, but a lot of people are home. A lot of people are playing Fortnite, a lot of people are playing other games, maybe grinding some Minecraft, maybe grinding some Call of Duty. Who knows, whatever people are playing, but a lot of people are home. So by Epic making a change to remove legacy settings in a time like now, it kind of makes sense because a lot of people are going to be playing the game a lot more than previously before, because like I said, some people do have online school, but a lot of people are out of school. And even if they have online, obviously people are just, using their phones and using the computers, cheating and, finishing up all the tests and quizzes within 5 minutes. So a lot of people have a lot of free time on their hands. So I guess if Epic really wanted to remove legacy settings from the game, I guess now would literally be the perfect time to do so. And that's why that's kind of my speculation on why they waited for it. Maybe they just were confused and they just didn't remove it, and they just wanted to surprise you like a week and a half later. And even for myself, I would say a week after they, so I would say like March 20th, at that time I was like, yeah, they're probably not going to do anything to legacy settings, because if they were going to remove it, they probably would have removed it by now. But who knows, a couple of days later, and they finally remove it from the game, which kind of sucks. A lot of you guys have to get used to new settings, but like I said, down in the pinned comment, I'm going to have the best exponential and also the best linear settings to choose if you guys want to have a full video on that. And like I said earlier with all the polls, a lot of you guys from the poll did, I think it was like a good 70% of you guys do play on the linear settings. Maybe it was like high 60, 70%, but I think that it's still in the community, especially with the casual players. I think there's a good about 30% of the community who still plays on the legacy settings, the really, really casual community, and that's the same community that burns through thousands of dollars in V-Bucks from their mom's credit card. So Epic needs to keep them happy, and honestly, we're making this change. It could be really good, could be really bad, who knows? But all those things were kind of just my speculation on why I thought they were going to take it out, and then why they didn't, and then now they decided after all this time that they really wanted to take it out. Like I said, like a week and a half later, they finally remove it. But anyways, that's pretty much all I wanted to say in this video. I just want to talk about the removal of legacy settings. So that's kind of a big deal because legacy settings have been in the game since launch. It's been the settings that everyone has been using. And I think the linear settings, exponential settings, they've only been in the game for a couple months. I can't remember exactly when they came out, but it has been in the game for at least a decent amount of time, and most of the people in the community have switched to these settings. I held out a long time on switching because I really did like the L2 spam on legacy settings, but of course with skill-based matchmaking and the keybot players that I constantly go against, I just crank their 90s all the way up to sky limit. I have to play on linear settings to be able to compete with that, especially in the building and aspect area of the game in pubs and arena. But with that being said, that is going to wrap it up for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys found this video very helpful. And if you guys could, make sure you guys do drop a like. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you guys do turn on those post notifications. You guys get notified every single new video. And also, and as well, I do stream every single day here on this channel. So if you guys want to catch me when I'm live streaming, when I'm running up these solos, definitely check it out. I stream every single day at 5:45 Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you guys do check out my streams if you guys haven't already. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.